Hey guys, and welcome to the second video on my opinion on the iPad Pro. Now, one of the main reasons we bought the iPad Pro is just to shave off time of our workflow. So while traveling, it's easy to say use a MacBook Pro, but if you've ever been in a plane and you're my size, using a MacBook Pro is just no options. So you're stuck with your iPad. Now, one of the things that I like about the iPad is, well, you can do a lot on it, especially when you don't want the full-blown version of Photoshop or Lightroom. You can use Lightroom Mobile or iMovie, and it works pretty well. The reason I bought the iPad Pro was very simple: speed and real estate. I just like to see it a little bit better than I will see it on my iPad. And of course, during workshops, we're going to use the iPad Pro to shoot Tether to via the Sony app, meaning you can have a lot of real estate to show your images. Now, let's look a little bit about iMovie. Now, one of the things that a lot of people ask me, how do you edit your movies? Well, on the road, we shoot a lot of stuff with our iPhones, for example, the 6S Plus. And we do a lot of the backstage material. We shoot it on 4K and it probably ends up on YouTube on 180p. The reason for this is there is a lot of noise in the video when we don't have a lot of light. And by downscaling 4K to 180p, you actually take some of the noise out. Now, editing in iMovie is very, very simple. I'm not going to show you how iMovie works. I just want to point some stuff out if you never saw iMovie before. And of course, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience on the iPad Pro. The first thing is the real estate on the iPad Pro is just gorgeous. You have your preview on top. You have your you can scrub, of course, with your finger, and you can now see actually where your audio is very easily, or you can remove that. Now, if you never worked with iMovie before, let's show you some stuff. You just press on a clip, you get some options like action, detach audio, duplicate. You can change the speed, you can change the volume, you can add some titles, and of course you can add filters. As you can see here, it does it really fast. You can change the duration of the clips, and of course after that scrub it again and play. And there we go. And this is 4K video, and you see that the filters are on there, and it doesn't render even, it just shows it the way that it's supposed to be. So that's very cool. Now, if you want to zoom in, you just press here, and you can actually zoom in and see if you have the focus correct or whatever you want to zoom in for. Now, one of the questions that somebody asked me, like, how do you get your stuff into the iPad? Because if you have a full-blown Mac Pro or a MacBook or a Surface, you can use the full-blown versions, you have USB, etc. Yeah, that's one of the things that I always thought about, like, how can you make this easier? Now, one of the things you could do, let's say I want to add some audio, is of course you can use your iCloud drive. Now, before we leave, we always download some music from YouTube, free to use music, and you just put it in a folder, and then when you're in a hotel and you have internet, you can download it onto your iPad or iPhone or whatever device. That's what I like about the iCloud drive. So you don't have it on one space. And the other thing you can do, of course, is use iTunes and just load up some iTunes library stuff and then use it via albums or, well, via playlists, artists or songs or whatever you want to do. The other thing, and that's really interesting, is released a new stick which actually has Lightning on one side and USB 3 on the other one, and it's supposed to be really fast. I'm still waiting for my delivery. So with that stick, you can actually, even if you don't have an internet connection, you can just put some stuff on the stick, connect it to your iPad Pro, and then you have 64, 32 or 128 gigabytes of extra storage. Now, the thing that we bought the iPad Pro for is not only the real estate, it's also the speed. Now, this video is only, I believe, 2 minutes 36. Let me see at the end here. And it rendered almost in real time, and the battery didn't take a hit. So this is one of the things that I really like about this one compared to, for example, the iPhone or the iPad Air. Every minute that you save is 1 minute that you can do other stuff. And again, working on a plane, an iPad Pro is just a lot of real estate that you can still handheld, and a MacBook Pro, it just doesn't fit. So this is what I wanted to show you about iMovie, one of the reasons we went for the iPad Pro. And if you like it, we'll make some more videos, for example, on the other stuff that I use, but that will take a little bit of time because we're still waiting for the pencil to come in. They didn't have those on stock. And after that, we'll also do something, of course, on AstroPad, which is one of the main reasons we bought it, because then you could actually replace your Wacom with an iPad Pro. So that will be interesting to see, I think. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.